The Old Man and His Three Sons. Once upon a time, there lived an old man in a far, far away village. The village had lots of markets and shops. The village was vibrant with lots of traders. The village was known for silk, gold, and spices. The people of this village used to cheat one another. This was so common between the people. But they all knew how to deal with one another. Only the people passing by the village or moving anew would be cheated. The old man who lived in this village was very wealthy. He used to trade like the others, but he never cheated anyone. He always used to give people the right amount of whatever they would buy him. So he made sure his scales were always accurate. He would give them back the correct change when they pay him. And as a result, it took him many, many years to build up his wealth. He had 3 sons. All 3 of his sons worked with him in his business to help him for many years. He wanted to leave one of them in charge after he dies. He knew his time was close, as he was very old now. The old man spent many late nights thinking of an idea to test his sons on their honesty and wisdom. After long, he finally thought of an idea. The next morning he asked his 3 sons to come and sit with him. He wanted to ask them to do something. His 3 sons sat with him and were wondering why did their father get them together. He doesn't usually do this unless it's to sit down for a meal or if it's to help carry something together. The old man looked at each one of them and asked them to take something that he had in an envelope. He told them it has something that is very important, and he asked them never to open up the envelopes. He said you have 1 day to hide your envelopes, so make sure you hide it well. Make sure no one can see you when you hide it. That is the most important part of the challenge. So one of his sons went out after work on his horse, far away from the village. He reached some mountains and found a place which he believed no one can see him. So he began to dig and dig until he could put all his arm into the hole he made. He stood up and looked around. He then kneeled down and buried the envelope quickly. He rode back quickly to the village and rushed to tell his father he was done with the envelope. The second son went home. He opened up a box he had hidden under his bed for many years that no one knew about. He opened up the box and hid the envelope inside it. He had a special key for the box, and he was the only one with the key. He kept the key on a chain around his neck. He quickly went to his father and told him that he had hidden the envelope somewhere where no one can get to it. He made sure no one could see him. They waited for their 3rd brother to come. After a long wait, their brother turned up and sat with them. His father asked him, "Did you manage to complete the challenge?" The son was very quiet at first. He then spoke. He told his father that he tried to think. He spent a lot of time thinking and wondering where he can hide the envelope. But then he realized no matter where he goes to hide the envelope, he would not be successful. His father asked him, "Why is that?" His two brothers looked on, intrigued by what their brother had to say. They thought to themselves, "We managed to find somewhere. Why couldn't he do it?" So one of them interrupted him and said, "I want to tell you where I hid my envelope, but I hid it out of this village. No one was there, so I succeeded for sure. No one could see me when I hid the envelope." The second son spoke and said, "I also managed to successfully hide my envelope. I didn't even have to go out of the village. I have a place where no one knows and no one could see. I also succeeded." The father asked his third son, "So why couldn't you find somewhere to hide your envelope where no one could see you?" The son replied, "I realized, father, that if I hid the envelope at my house, or out of the village, or in fact, if I hid the envelope anywhere at all, that I would not succeed. I remembered, no matter where I went or what I do, that God Almighty can always see me. So I knew I couldn't be successful to hide this envelope." The father smiled. He was so pleased with his son's answer. He said, "Well done, son. You have surely remembered that it is not so easy of a task. I am pleased to know that you remembered God is all-seeing, all-hearing." The other two sons felt so embarrassed. They looked to the ground. Their father said, "The truth is, I am so old now, and I feel like my time has come close. I could die any day. I wanted to do this challenge to see which one of you I can trust to lead the business. I'm pleased to say that one of you remembered God Almighty is always watching over us. And no matter how much we try to lie or deceive people, we will never deceive God. I am happy to say that you remembered this fact. And I am happy to appoint you as the leader of the family in this business." This story reminds us that we should not cheat people no matter what. You can still get what you want by doing good, and we will always be happier in the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more videos like this one. And in case you didn't like this one, be sure to check out our channel for other type of fun animal learning videos.